Have you ever wondered why your body seems to produce less semen than it used to, or why sometimes there's barely anything at all during ejaculation? If you're a man in your 60s, 70s or 80s, you're not alone in noticing this change. And today, we're going to talk openly about something that affects millions of older men, but rarely gets discussed. I'm here to share 5 practical, science-backed strategies that can help support your reproductive health. And the best part is, you can start implementing them right away in your own kitchen. Let me start by saying this. What you're experiencing is more common than you might think. Many men feel confused, even embarrassed, when they notice they're ejaculating with little or no semen. It's one of those topics that doesn't come up in casual conversation, not even with close friends, and certainly not at family gatherings. But here's the truth. Changes in semen volume are a natural part of aging for many men, just like needing reading glasses or taking a bit longer to recover after exercise. Your body is changing, and that's okay. What matters is understanding what's happening and knowing there are things you can do to support your health. Now, before we dive into the solutions, I want you to know that if you're experiencing sudden or dramatic changes in your reproductive health, it's important to speak with your doctor. What we're discussing today are lifestyle and nutritional strategies that can complement medical advice, not replace it. Think of these tips as tools in your wellness toolkit, things that can support your overall health while you work with your healthcare provider on any specific concerns. Let's talk about the first and perhaps most overlooked factor, water. Yes, simple, plain water. You might be thinking, really? Water is going to help? And the answer is absolutely yes. Your body is roughly 60% water, and every single function, from your heart pumping blood to your reproductive organs producing semen, depends on adequate hydration. When you're even mildly dehydrated, your body prioritizes essential functions, and unfortunately, semen production isn't at the top of that list. Many older adults don't drink enough water throughout the day. Sometimes it's because the sensation of thirst decreases with age. And sometimes it's because we deliberately limit our fluids to avoid frequent trips to the bathroom, especially at night. But here's what happens. When your body doesn't have enough water, it simply can't produce fluids efficiently, including seminal fluid. Let me share a story about a gentleman named Samuel. He was 74 and came to understand this connection quite by accident. Samuel had been drinking maybe 3 or 4 glasses of water a day, plus his morning coffee and maybe an afternoon tea. He thought that was enough. But when he started experiencing lower energy levels and noticed changes in his semen volume, his doctor suggested he track his water intake more carefully. Samuel started keeping a water bottle nearby throughout the day and made a conscious effort to finish it twice before evening. Within a few weeks, he noticed he felt more energetic, his skin looked better, and yes, he saw improvements in his semen volume too. The key here is consistency. You don't need to drink gallons of water, but you do need to stay consistently hydrated throughout the day. A good rule of thumb is to drink enough so that your urine is pale yellow, not dark or concentrated. And remember, if you're drinking coffee or tea, which are diuretics, balance them out with extra water. Now, let's move on to the second strategy, zinc. This mineral is absolutely vital for reproductive health, particularly sperm production and semen quality. As we age, our bodies often don't absorb nutrients as efficiently as they once did, and zinc deficiency becomes more common in older adults. When your zinc levels are low, your body simply can't produce semen as effectively. The good news is that getting more zinc doesn't require expensive supplements or complicated meal plans. You can find zinc in delicious, everyday foods. Lean beef is an excellent source, as are pumpkin seeds, which you can snack on throughout the day or sprinkle over salads and oatmeal. Oysters are famous for being rich in zinc, though they're not everyone's cup of tea. Crab, beans and various nuts also contain good amounts of this important mineral. Let me tell you about Leonard, who was 81 when he decided to make some dietary changes. Leonard had always been a meat and potatoes kind of guy, but his wife encouraged him to diversify his diet a bit. He started incorporating more beans into his soups, snacking on pumpkin seeds while watching television, and having a handful of mixed nuts in the afternoon. He wasn't trying to transform his entire diet overnight, just making small, sustainable tweaks. Within about 2 months, Leonard noticed he felt more vital overall. and the concerns he'd had about his semen volume had diminished significantly. He told his doctor he felt like he'd turned back the clock a few years. Now, a word of caution about zinc supplements. While they can be helpful, too much zinc can cause side effects and interfere with the absorption of other important minerals like copper. Always talk to your doctor before starting any supplement regimen. Your best bet is to get your zinc from whole foods whenever possible. The third strategy involves adding more antioxidant-rich fruits to your daily routine. You've probably heard about antioxidants before, but let me explain why they matter specifically for reproductive health. As we age, our bodies accumulate what's called oxidative stress, which is essentially cellular damage caused by unstable molecules called free radicals. Think of it like rust forming on metal, except it's happening inside your body at a microscopic level. This oxidative stress can damage the cells and tissues involved in semen production, reducing both the volume and quality of seminal fluid. Antioxidants are nature's defense against this process. They neutralize free radicals and help protect your cells from damage. They also support healthy circulation, which is crucial for delivering nutrients to your reproductive organs and removing waste products. So, which fruits should you focus on? Berries are your best friends here. Blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries are packed with antioxidants. Pomegranates are excellent too, and they've been specifically studied for their benefits to male reproductive health. Oranges give you vitamin C, another powerful antioxidant, and red grapes contain resveratrol, which supports healthy blood vessels. The key is to eat these fruits whole rather than drinking juice. When you drink juice, you miss out on the fiber and often consume too much sugar without the benefits of the whole fruit. Try adding a handful of berries to your morning oatmeal or yogurt, or keep a bowl of fresh fruit on your kitchen counter for easy snacking. Robert was 79 when he started what he called his berry habit. Every morning after breakfast, he'd have a small bowl of mixed berries, whatever was fresh or frozen at the store. He wasn't expecting miracles, just hoping to be a bit healthier overall. But after a couple of months, Robert noticed he had more energy throughout the day. His mood seemed more stable. And yes, he saw positive changes in his reproductive health too. He joked with his friends that his secret weapon was a handful of blueberries, and honestly, there was truth to that. The beauty of this approach is that you're not just supporting one aspect of your health, you're supporting your entire body. Better circulation helps your heart, your brain, your skin, everything. The fourth strategy focuses on omega-3 fatty acids. These are special types of fat that your body needs but can't produce on its own, which is why they're called essential fatty acids. Omega-3s are incredibly important for reducing inflammation throughout your body, and chronic inflammation is a major contributor to age-related health problems, including reproductive issues. These fatty acids help improve circulation, which means better blood flow to your reproductive organs. They also support the health of cell membranes, making it easier for nutrients to get into cells and waste products to get out. This is crucial for the organs and glands that produce semen. The best sources of omega-3 fatty acids are fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines. If you're not a fish person, you can also get omega-3s from plant sources like chia seeds, flax seeds, and walnuts. Though the type of omega-3 in plants isn't quite as potent as what you get from fish. Ideally, try to have fatty fish a few times a week. It doesn't have to be fancy. Canned sardines or salmon work just fine and are often more affordable than fresh fish. If you're considering omega-3 supplements, like fish oil capsules, talk to your doctor first, especially if you're on blood-thinning medications, since omega-3s can affect blood clotting. Harold was 83 and had never been particularly adventurous with food, but when his doctor suggested adding more fish to his diet, he decided to give it a try. He started having salmon for dinner twice a week and added walnuts to his morning routine. Harold didn't notice changes overnight, but after about 6 weeks, he realized he was feeling more energetic. His joints weren't as stiff, and he was seeing improvements in his reproductive health that he hadn't expected. He told his grandson that if he'd known eating fish would make him feel this good, he would have started years ago. Now for the fifth and final strategy: herbal teas and natural remedies. Cultures around the world have used certain herbs for centuries to support male vitality and reproductive health. While these aren't magic bullets, they can provide a gentle boost when combined with the other strategies we've discussed. Ginseng tea is one of the most well-known options. It's been traditionally used to support stamina and energy levels. Maca root, which comes from Peru, is another herb that's been associated with improved sexual function and hormone balance. Ashwagandha is an adaptogenic herb that helps your body manage stress. And since stress can significantly impact reproductive health, this can be particularly beneficial. Beyond teas, certain foods like celery, garlic, and dark leafy greens like spinach support healthy blood flow and gland function, which indirectly supports semen production. George was 68 when a friend suggested he try ginseng tea. He was skeptical at first, thinking it sounded like something from a health food store that probably wouldn't make any difference. But George decided to give it a month, having a cup of ginseng tea each morning after breakfast. He combined this with better hydration and more zinc-rich foods. After a few weeks, George noticed he felt more vital, more energized, and yes, his concerns about semen volume had improved. He couldn't say for certain whether it was the tea specifically or the combination of changes, but he felt better overall, and that's what mattered. A word of caution though, some herbs can interact with medications or affect certain health conditions. Always check with your healthcare provider before adding herbal supplements or teas to your routine, especially if you're taking blood pressure medication, blood thinners, or diabetes medications. Let's take a moment to put all of this together. What we're really talking about here is a holistic approach to supporting your reproductive health as you age. It's not about any single magic solution. It's about making small, consistent changes across multiple areas of your life. Start with hydration, because that's the easiest change to implement today. Keep a water bottle with you and make a conscious effort to drink regularly throughout the day. Next, look at your diet. Are you getting enough zinc-rich foods? Are you eating antioxidant-rich fruits daily? Are you having fatty fish a few times a week? These don't require dramatic changes. You're just adjusting what's already on your plate. And if you're interested in herbal teas, choose one that appeals to you and make it part of your morning or evening routine. The most important thing I want you to understand is that these changes benefit your entire body, not just your reproductive health. Better hydration helps your kidneys, your skin, your energy levels. More zinc supports your immune system. Antioxidants protect your heart and brain. Omega-3s reduce inflammation throughout your body. So even if you don't see dramatic changes in semen volume right away, you're still investing in your overall wellness, and that's incredibly valuable. I also want to address something important. There's no reason to feel embarrassed about these concerns. Your body is changing, and that's a natural part of life. Having these conversations, whether with your doctor, your partner, or even in supportive communities, is healthy and important. Your doctor has heard these concerns many times before and can help you explore whether there are any underlying medical issues that need attention, such as hormonal imbalances, side effects from medications, or other health conditions. Sometimes, simple adjustments to your medications can make a significant difference. Other times, there might be treatments or therapies that can help, but you won't know unless you ask. Remember too that everyone's body is different. What works wonderfully for one person might take longer for another. Be patient with yourself and listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, or if you're not seeing any changes after a few months of consistent effort, that's valuable information to share with your healthcare provider. These strategies are meant to support your health, not replace professional medical care. As we wrap up today, I want you to feel empowered by what you've learned. You now have 5 concrete, practical strategies you can implement starting today. You understand why each one matters and how it supports your reproductive health. More importantly, you know that you're not alone in experiencing these changes and that there are steps you can take to feel better and more confident in your body. Small changes build momentum. Maybe this week you focus on drinking more water. Next week, you add some berries to your breakfast. The week after that, you pick up some salmon at the grocery store. Each small step is a victory, and each victory builds your confidence and improves your health. So here's my call to action for you today. Choose one strategy from what we've discussed and commit to implementing it for the next 2 weeks. Just one. Maybe it's drinking more water. Maybe it's adding a handful of pumpkin seeds to your afternoon routine. Or maybe it's scheduling that appointment with your doctor that you've been putting off. Whatever you choose, write it down, tell someone about your commitment, and give yourself permission to start small. And if you found this information helpful, I encourage you to share it with other men who might benefit from this conversation. Subscribe to this channel so you don't miss future videos about health and wellness for seniors, and leave a comment below letting me know which strategy you're going to try first. Your journey to better health starts with a single step, and I'm honored to be part of that journey with you. Take care of yourself, be patient with your body, and remember that seeking better health at any age is something to be proud of.